is Brum's The Word from Anything But Footy, brought to you with Kukri Sports, the official kit supplier for Team England. I'm Michael.
And I'm John, and we've been building up to Birmingham 2022 for the past 10 weeks. Now we're just hours away from that opening ceremony on Thursday and the sport starting Friday.
And two of the sports that I am really looking forward to and could also prove popular with fans of Team England, judo and boxing.
Medals were won in both of those sports at the Tokyo Olympics last year, and hopes are high for plenty more for the next generation.
I'm Lucy Renshall and I'm from SKK Judo Club and I fight under 63 kilos.
My name's Lucy Renshall, 25 years old, GB boxer, about to represent Team England in the Commonwealth Games.
My name's Gemma Richardson and I'm a GB boxer, just been picked for the Commonwealth.
Also coming up, still time to support Team England. And keep listening for an exclusive discount from the Kukri website just by listening to the podcast Anything But Footy.
This is Brum's The Word with Kukri Sports, a podcast from Anything But Footy.
14 athletes will compete for Team England. Should we say the words anything but footy again? In the judo at the Commonwealth Games. It's back after 4 years after not being on the schedule in Australia 4 years ago on the Gold Coast. As well as some new names and debutants, there's plenty of European, Commonwealth Games and even Olympic experience in the lineup, including current European champion Gemma Richardson, 2019 European Junior champion Kelly Peterson-Pollard, Ashley McKenzie and world number one Lucy Renshall. Sam Hall is one of four in action on day one of the judo competition, which lasts 3 days and starts Monday, August the 1st. It takes place at the Coventry Arena. Lucy Renshall fights in the 63 kilo category and has told John she can't wait to get out there at the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, it's really exciting. It'll be my first Commonwealth Games that I've been selected for. So I'm really proud to wear it today and I'm really proud to be selected to compete at the Commonwealth Games.
Because it's not every time that judo's in the Commonwealth Games, is it? I think it was Glasgow last time.
Yeah, so we missed the last one in Australia. So we're really happy that it's a home games and there's judo in it, of course.
You compete in so many competitions. Where does it rank, the Commonwealth Games, for you?
I do compete in a lot of competitions, but I like to see all the competitions more or less the same. Of course, you have the major, like the Olympics and the World Championships, but it's a competition and it's a medal that's down to. I'm hoping to get the medal there. So, yeah, it's up there.
But you're going into this competition, Birmingham 2022, as we say, as the world number one. Does that add a slightly bit more pressure on you?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say pressure. I think going in world number one gives me more confidence. To become world number one, I've had to have some good results. So I'm feeling good, I'm training good, and I'm competing good as well. So I think it is a little bit of pressure, but I think I change that more to it gives me more confidence going into the games.
Tell us about that journey for world number one, because you were in Tokyo and then you came back and actually literally flew through competitions and won those. Talk us through how you get to that ranking.
Yeah, so I had a real disappointment at Tokyo. I lost my first fight there. But going into Tokyo, I was training really well. I felt probably the best I've ever felt on the judo mat and off the judo mat as well. So I was mentally and physically really prepared. And coming home from Tokyo, I was really disappointed and I knew it could probably go one or two ways. I could take a lot of time off and dwell on it, or I could use the training that I've done before Tokyo to push me forward for the next events. And I think that's what I did. I had a little bit of time off to be with family and friends, and then I come back and got straight into it really. I think the team here at British Judo is really good to help prepare and bring me back from not a bad place, but where I was a little bit down, and we all pushed forward going into the events, and I've ended up getting my best results yet. So yeah, I got a few medals last year and I got a good Grand Slam medal this year, so that's how I ended up world number one.
And you mentioned the disappointment from Tokyo. It was a strange kind of games anyway, with the lack of crowd. Hoping that Birmingham will be total contrast from the crowd to your performances as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think a crowd 100% helps. And especially in Tokyo, not a lot of my family and friends would have been able to go if it was not COVID times, but no one could go this time. But I think just having a lot of people coming, my friends and my family, to watch, it'll be really inspiring and really motivating for me to hopefully impress them.
What about your opponents? It's very difficult to know you can always go in and say, as you said before Tokyo, I felt good and I was feeling good. But you just never know on the day, do you?
Yeah, you never know. And I think that's why it's really important that you go into a competition hoping to get the best results and come away with a medal. But I think it's super important to just take each fight at a time, because, of course, in judo, you don't just have one fight a day. So you just focus on your first fight. And if you get through that, then you work on your second fight. And I think just taking it one step at a time and one fight at a time really does help.
We wish you all the best of luck. And thank you again for talking to us, and congratulations on your selection.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to Lucy in action on Tuesday, August the 2nd in Coventry. Now, in judo, as she said, it's all in one day. So she'll fight the preliminary rounds first thing in the morning from around about 10 o'clock, and then hopefully get all the way to the final in the early evening. It will be about 5 o'clock. Set your alarm.
This is Brum's The Word with Kukri Sports. Still to come, we're swapping the judo mat for the boxing ring as we hear from the Richardsons, Lewis and Gemma. It's the same surname, but they really aren't related. Let me really stress that.
And just for listening, you can get your hands on some summer savings and look the part too. You can go and see the full range of official Team England merchandise. You can get great sports T-shirts, long sleeve shirts on there too. I've been checking it out this week at kukrisports.com, and you can get your discount by using the code ABF2022, an exclusive offer just for listening to Anything But Footy. So as we said in judo, you get one day to get it right. It takes you all day to win a medal. And in our next sport on Brum's The Word, you get one chance too. But if you win, you get another. And then if you win again, you get another. Boxing at the National Exhibition Centre lasts throughout the games with preliminary rounds of 32, then a round of 16, quarter-finals, semi-finals, and then hopefully a gold medal bout. Boxing brought home 6 medals from the Tokyo Olympics, 2 gold, 2 silver, 2 bronze. And 1 year on, there's a new generation of fighters ready to step into the ring, ready for Birmingham 2022 and then on the road to Paris 2024. John's been catching up with lightweight Gemma Richardson. But first, middleweight Lewis Richardson. And just to reiterate, no, they're not related.
Lewis, to start with, what does it mean to represent Team England? Because you are at Great British Boxing. That's where you're based at the moment. You're in Sheffield. So what does Team England mean?
These are the events you watch growing up as a young kid, and to be competing in this now is just a massive honour, and I love representing my country. I'm proud to be English, and just really looking forward to it, and looking forward to putting on a good show and showing the nation what I can do, because I hope everyone will get behind us. We're a great set of boxers and a great set of athletes in Team England, so get behind us, because we appreciate every bit of support we get. A large part of GB boxing is made up of English boxers. Don't get me wrong, there's still a good few solid Welsh and Scottish fighters, but a large chunk of the team is English. So not a massive difference. Just means that we could fight potential teammates.
Because I understand from the cycling team, for example, Team England are training in Derby. Wales have gone to Cardiff. Well, normally they're all based in one place under GB Cycling, British Cycling. Do you guys split off, or are you all in Sheffield, or are the Scots hidden away in the corner?
Yeah, so the Scots are up north and the Welsh are to the side of us. So we've kept our base in Sheffield as part of Team England. Scotland have gone with Team Scotland, and Wales are in Cardiff with Team Wales themselves. So we had the European Championships around 5 weeks ago, and prior to that, everyone was together, and we had a number of English, Scottish and Wales boxers go to that. We all trained together for that, and then we all split off after that tournament.
You won a silver medal in Armenia. Talk us through that.
Yeah, it was a massive achievement. Upon reflection, really, really proud of it. Ranked number 2 in Europe, and narrowly missing out in the final as well. It was a really competitive final bout, and something we thought we could have got the decision. Wasn't meant to be on the day. I was obviously devastated when I lost, but if someone would have said prior to that tournament that you're going to go and win a European silver medal, I would have been super happy with it. It's just obviously the competitiveness in you when you're in that moment. You want to go and get that gold. But it's been a brilliant springboard, I think, to push on now and look to go one bit better in the Commonwealth Games.
I was going to ask, does it give you that confidence?
100%, I know I can mix it. I always knew I could mix it with the world's best anyway, but there's a difference between knowing you can and actually doing it. And I was able to implement that and just show that to everybody and myself included, that what I'm capable of. And I had a really good tournament out there, beat some high level competition, and narrowed and missed out. So I know I'm where I need to be able to push on and get even better and achieve even more.
And the middleweight category that you're in, is it tougher in the Commonwealths, or actually was it tougher in the Europeans? How does it kind of level out?
It's hard to tell with the Commonwealth Games, because you have your countries who are pretty well known. So you've got your England, Scotland, Wales, India are a strong nation. Australia brings some good fighters overseas, and then you get some countries who are less well known, but will bring the odd really talented boxer. The weight category can vary, So with some of the African countries, it's really hard to tell. You might not have heard of them, but they might have this real awkward style, or be really, really strong. So yeah, it's really hard to tell. To be honest, a bit more the unknown coming from the Commonwealth. So you've got your strong nations, which if you draw them, it's going to be a high level competition, and you get your lesser known countries who could still upset some people.
And I know the Europeans was a stepping stone to the Paris Olympics. I'm assuming the Commonwealths is part of that as well. This is your build-up ahead of Paris in, 2 years' time?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I was unfortunate to miss out on Olympic Games last year. Lost in the Olympic qualifier to the eventual Olympic silver medalist, and I beat a couple of the lads who were at Tokyo. So I believe I was definitely good enough to be there. Just wasn't meant to be. But yeah, looking forward now towards Paris 2024, and yeah, that is a big picture. But all these stepping stones are so important, and one tournament at a time at the moment. Just looking to do well at each one, and if I'm able to do that, then I'm sure I'll be in a great position come 2024.
10 years ago, you won the schoolboy boxing title in 2012. 10 years on, is this where you imagined you'd be?
Nah, never ever. It's crazy. I got goosebumps you saying that then. I started out just on a council estate, a massive group of lads. We were like 12, 13 years old. We went down the local boxing gym. One by one, everyone dropped out, and I just stuck at it. I was nothing special at the start. I just carried on and just kept improving and just kept enjoying it, putting no pressure on myself, and just going with the flow. And then I won the schoolboy titles, and then it's been a hell of a journey since. Ups, downs, and real struggles and massive highs. So just very grateful to be here now. I've got a great team around me: GB Boxing, Team England, everyone back home. My sponsors, my family, my friends. Got a real good team. I'm very grateful, and looking to make myself proud and make the nation proud.
We look forward to seeing you in Birmingham, and we wish you all the best of luck. Thank you for talking to us.
Thanks for taking time to talk to me. Thank you.
My name's Gemma Richardson, and I'm a GB boxer, just been picked for the Commonwealth. I'm excited to box with the England badge on the vest and represent, obviously, England, which would be nice. At the time, the mindset's the same. You're going to the ring, going to box, like with a GB badge or an England badge. I'm still representing my country. I'm still proud to be representing them and wearing the badge and the line on my chest anyway. So it's just, it's nice.
One of 14 boxers named for Team England today. The strength in depth in boxing in this country is impressive, and we saw that in Tokyo at the Olympics.
Yeah, I think from year to year, it's just going stronger and stronger. The team, like the medal haul, speaks for itself. Obviously, with Tokyo, it's the best we've ever done after COVID and everything. So it's just going from strength to strength, and obviously we've trained with that team as well. I think this team going to the Commonwealth is quite a new team, but we've put the work in, we're capable of the medal. So I think it's a good solid team as well, which is exciting.
We joked at the start, and I asked you to introduce yourself, and you were like, what would I say? I think you could say this: 5-time national champion, 4-time European champion, and world champion. What about that?
Yeah, I forgot about that. I've got a good credibility, obviously behind my back, 5 nationals, 4 Europeans, a world title as a youth. So I've got the experience as an underage, under 18 years old. So I'm hoping I can take that obviously now into the seniors and keep that going and keep getting them medals and keep getting a list of achievements, which would be good.
What inspired you, Gemma?
My brother, when I was 6 years, I've been in the gym since I was 6 years old, just watching my brother train. My dad coached him. I was that annoying little girl that just got in everyone's way, running around, picking things up on the way. And at 8 years old, my dad sat me down and was like, right, do you want to give it a go properly? And I was like, yeah. And then ever since then, I've just never looked back since. And I've just loved every minute of it.
Are you better than him now?
Oh, that's a tough one. No, do you know what? No, he's just, I'll never, to me anyway, like he'll always be like the better one. Like I've always followed in his footsteps. He's professional now. So we're on completely different paths. But I feel like if we sparred, there'd be only one winner and it won't be me.
Tell us about the lightweight category at the Commonwealths. Who do you know who might be your strongest opponent, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think everyone I think if you go into the Commonwealths, there's gonna be no like bad level boxers at all. I think you've got to think there's going to be obviously top levels, like everyone you get in the ring with is going to be top level. I know there's Ireland will be a very good, she's just won a world championships at 63 kilos and she's coming down to 60 to box. So I know like she'll be a top one. Like there's going to be a few top nations there, which will be nice. It'll be nice to see where I'm at. You want to box the best anyway, so it'll be a good experience either way.
And you were fighting earlier this year in Serbia, but I think you got injured on that. How are you now?
Yeah, so I've had a long few months since January with my injury. I dislocated my elbow, double dislocated, ripped all the ligaments, captured every damage I could have possibly done. I managed to tick it off and I did it all. So it was a hard time in January, but at one point we didn't think I'd be fighting at all this year. But I just kept saying, I was like, the Commonwealths, that I'll be back for the Commonwealths, just wait, I'll be back. And it took a lot of time, it took a lot of rehab, with the physios. But I'm in a good place now. I'm ready to go. My training's been going well, my sparring. So I'd like to think like I'm in a very good place now for this Commonwealths.
And you travel all around Europe and the world to fight. What will it mean, though, to be in Birmingham at home?
That's the big one. I feel like everyone says like, oh, but last time it was in the Gold Coast, Australia. The next one's in Melbourne. And I'm like, to me, it doesn't matter because I can't remember the last time I boxed in England with a crowd of people cheering for you. And I think, obviously, I'm going to have friends and family there, but even just atmosphere, I feel like everyone's going to come together for the nation. So I feel like the atmosphere and the feeling of it, it's going to be so much bigger being in England. So I'm over the moon that it's in England. I think it couldn't be in a better place. And I can't wait to get there. One
of your teammates, Niall Farrell, helped design the kit.
Yes.
I understand. Are you slightly apprehensive?
A little bit, because Niall, he's so random. You don't know what's going to come out next with Niall. I feel like he's just crazy. So it will be interesting to see the kit. I've heard little bits and bobs what he's told me, and it sounds actually really good. So I've got a lot of trust in him and the other people that have designed it, and I just can't wait to see what it's like.
Well, we can't wait to see you in action, and we wish you all the best of luck, and thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Gemma Richardson, and before her, Lucy Renshall, 2 of the 14 Team England boxers competing in Birmingham. And Gemma, don't worry about it. I've seen that Kukri kit. Niall Farrell, the 2017 European silver medalist, who's also in the team and helped design it, did a grand job. Now, here's John with a roundup of some other Commonwealth Games news.
Now, I don't normally get to mention Keely Hodgkinson, but I do in this episode. The Olympic silver medalist proved again she's in the top 2 in the world, a year on from Tokyo, winning a World Championship 800-metre silver in Oregon. Afterwards, she admitted she was disappointed not to win gold, but it's on to Birmingham next week. Talking of Brum, local lad Matthew Hudson-Smith won a brilliant bronze in Oregon as well in the 400 metres, ending a 31-year wait for a World Championship medal in the men's race for Great Britain. Team England's Sarah Jane Perry, our very first guest on Brum's the Word with Kukri Sports, is seeded second for the women's singles squash at the Commonwealth Games. Teammate Georgina Kennedy is ranked third. Patrick Rooney is seeded fourth in the men's singles, with Team Wales' Joe Makin second. Action starts at the University of Birmingham on Friday. Staying with the home nations, and Scotland have made a late change to their netball squad, with Lindsay Gallagher ruled out through injury. Emma Love replaces her, covering wing attack and goal attack. And talking of confirmed lineups, Adam Peaty will be racing at Birmingham 2022 after recovering from his broken foot that forced him to miss the recent World Swimming Championships. He's going for 4 golds at Birmingham. And Duran Duran, Birmingham's finest, will be performing at the opening ceremony on Thursday at the brand new Alexander Stadium. Fellow Brummies UB40 have recorded the official song for the games, and I'm told despite the pouring rain on Sunday night, the first dress rehearsals for the opening went well, and we're being encouraged to get involved at home too by commenting on social media throughout.
This is Brum's the Word from Anything But Footy, brought to you with Kukri Sports, the official kit provider for Team England. And for all your bespoke sportswear needs, visit the website kukrisports.com and follow us as we continue, it's only 2 days away now, to countdown to the Commonwealths.